Hello friends, Dale here, 3 generations. How you all doing? Long time no see. Oh, see me. No, anyhow, I've taken a hiatus on doing videos and I'm gonna do a video just to explain that here soon. Maybe today, maybe that'll even be Saturday, who knows. My life has become much more complicated. In a good way, I think. Um, but anyhow, today's video is actually Kendra um, working on wool. So she has got out a bunch of wool from our storage area, and she started going through this wool to prep it for eventually finishing the processing of the wool, the cleaning, the processing, the spinning, and turning that into yarn. So anyhow, so I just want to introduce this video. Kendra said she didn't really want to talk and that, blah, blah, blah. But once I started shooting eventually, she started talking. I figured that's what would happen. But anyhow, so I am going to try to introduce this in a way that it makes sense. And then I'll use some captions probably to help explain what she's doing. And then she'll pick it up at some point and talk about it. Is this Shannon's wool?
I don't know whose this is.
Some of this stuff like that looks a lot like Shannon, but then I didn't remember her having any real dark stuff like that.
It wasn't marked, so.
Yeah.
I'm trying to tell a story without words.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep accidentally sorting by color.
Yeah.
And I don't really want to right now, but I just keep doing it.
Yeah.
That's important. That means it's not breaking, it's not snapping, it's good quality, it hasn't sunburned too much to use and be too fragile. So when it makes that sound, it's good. Good wool. Yeah, fascinating. Just the design. It's not super cool to work with, all those tiny little ones. It's just a little tedious to have them this small. But it's still interesting. I'm shaking like that. It can take out some of the second cuts. Dust. I'm not crazy about that gray in there. I can separate it out later. And these bigger locks are nice. He's a little stiff, but I think it'll wash out. This feels really bad. It's just a pea pot.
Yeah.
This one does too.
Yeah.
It'll probably wash out. It's just, it'll be really a lot of water. Requires a lot of water. I want to minimize the amount of water I use. Going by feel a fair bit. About sections, especially when it's dark. The wall is dark like that. I can't see it, so I'm going by feel a lot. I don't want to be somebody with. Oh, that's so pretty. That color of gray. This color of gray.
Yeah, that stuff from that stuff reminds me of Shannon. So whether it's Shannon or not, I don't know. But
I don't know either. Obviously. What am I thinking? A lot of people do this screen tables so that the bad stuff drops to the ground.
maybe someday we'll make a setup for you.
Maybe. And I kind of shake around on it so that it drops. The gross stuff drops out through the screen. I'm going to start a more gray pile here.
This is kind of a brown pile here. Or?
Yeah, until it washes, it's not probably going to be brown. It's probably going to be a cream or something.
Yeah, so that's kind of your gray pile, and then this is your more darker pile. Yeah.
So this to me is like, okay, here, probably. But there's some close enough that it's a little unsure what to do. And so the other one, I didn't do it at all, the color thing. But I think it was mostly white. So it didn't constantly nag at me to separate. But I was like, okay, now what am I going to do? Separate all of the fleeces? It's just frustratingly... My instincts to separate by color are kind of frustrating.
Well, you're the artist, so you get to choose.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah. Well, my automatic self is in conflict with common sense. Because my instincts are separate the color. Common sense says... then you have to do it for everything. Too bad. Some of this darker color is poopy or yarn soaked. That must be their darker bottoms.
Mm-hmm. That would be Shannon, possibly.
She has a darker bottom.
Yeah, with the lighter. So, but I think we had marked hers as such.
Probably.
Although some of the first year stuff, I put the tag inside the bag.
Oh, yeah, see, this one not being marked on the...
Yeah.
That's the bag, but I didn't see anything on the
Yeah,
bag.
it could be, yeah.
But I enjoyed talking to the sheep when it was Shelly.
Yeah.
I enjoyed talking
Yeah,
to her.
yeah, nice.
While I worked.
So I kind of like whistle while you work, only just a different...
Talk to Shelly.
Yeah, Shelly was a lamb we had here a year and a half ago, maybe. She was born, I believe, on the other farm, not our sheep at the time. And then I think we bought her mother with the lambs. And Shelly had her first lambs this year. I think she had triplets. I'm trying to remember. And if I remember correctly, one of them had died till I got out there. But I think she raised 2 of them successfully, if I remember correctly. But anyhow.
It's kind of borderline for me.
You know, you got a lot of wool.
But yes, thank you.
You got a lot of wool.
Thank you.
So,
thank you.
well,
Thank
so the wool that Kendra is throwing into the blue container down here, all this stuff, this becomes mulch for the garden. It will help to keep the weeds down next year whenever I get to weeding. I have a bunch of weeding to do in the garden right now, so once that's done, I'll put this down. We have cardboard we can put down, and we have wood chips and a little bit of old spent hay. It's too old and wet to do anything else with. So anyhow, I'll conclude this video of Kendra doing kind of a skirting, initial going through the wool, picking out
which fleece I actually want to keep, period.
Yeah.
But the 2 I've done are so great. There's no way I want to keep them. They're just really beautiful.
Yeah, beautiful. What do you call that? Crimp?
Crimp is nice. Color is beautiful and not filthy. I know it may seem like that to a viewer because I come across gross patches, the potty patches, but because this feels kind of pottyish too by feel. It's just stiff, a little stiff, but again, you know, and it will take a lot of water, but it's just so beautiful. There's a nasty piece. It's just got to go. But what was I going to tell you? They're beautiful, the crimp and the color and the feel. These are very soft sheep. Which breed, Dale?
This would be Finn.
So this Finn is just beautiful, known to be one of the fine fleeces. Like some listings would put it in the top 10 of fine fleeces. I wouldn't say this is the finest of the Finn that we have, but it's still lovely. You can't hear a lot. Like if I were splitting this apart in a coarse fleece, you would actually hear me pull that apart. But it's soft enough that you can't hear much, even if it's like a tough tip, because there's a little bit of potty in this tip, but it's not, I don't hear it. It's really beautiful wool. So I'm just kind of picking fleeces too. If I come across fleeces that are dirty, I mean, there's not going to be a place, because this is a pretty clean sheep, other than obviously hay or a little poop tag here and there, but sometimes a sheep has it all matted in here, just thick, an inch worth of thick dust and vegetable matter. And that kind of fleece, I don't have time for because I have too many fleeces. So I knew I was keeping this fleece as soon as I put it out on the table because it's not filthy in the inside of that staple. That's all I really had to say anyway. I didn't stop because you were coughing. I stopped because I didn't have anything else to say.
Well, I'm going to end this. Hey, friends, thanks for watching 3 Generations and watching Kendra prep wool, raw wool. This is the early stages of that as she chooses the wool she wants to feather, clean, and card, and eventually spin and make into yarn. Thanks for watching. Blessings. Bye-bye.